Hello, Sagittarius. Thanks for joining me in this moment in space and time for your November general readings. It's always a pleasure to read your card, Sagittarius. And I just want to thank you for all of your kind support through viewing and sharing and subscribing to this channel. It really helps support me to support you. It is a great big network of support, Sagittarius. What's going on for you guys November? I want to wish you all the best in health, the best in your journey, your path, both spiritual and physical. Hope you're all doing well. Just taking a minute to get tarot sorted out here. The generals are going to be a little bit streamlined. Trying to get away from the half-hour, 40-minute readings, knock them down to 10 or 20 minutes, just so that I'm not taking up too much of your time, because time is precious, and I want to thank you once again for making time for me, making time for this channel. So, yeah, let's have a look. We're going to go to the same 7-card chakra spread to have a look at the energy centers for the intention of healing, the purposes of revealing stuck energies, seeing any hidden messages. We're just going to have a quick look, Sagittarius, and see what's going on for you. All right, we got the 7 cards out. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the 2 of Wands. This is an interesting card to see here in your overall energy. What are you trying to balance out right now, Sagittarius? Is this a situation, for some of you, it could be a long-term relationship. For some of you, you might actually be living in 2 different cities or 2 different locations and having to balance them out, making sort of, not really a double life. I don't really get that, Sagittarius, but more so it's like you may just have residence in 2 separate locations due to career or due to whatever is going on in your life. Might be family, might be things, loose ends that you're tying up, situations like this. But it could be a situation where things are coming to a head that you may need to choose, and you may find that the decision is not as easy as you may have once thought it could be or was in the past. Let's have a look in the root chakra, see what's going on. Wow, you've got an earth sign in your environment, in your physical environment, Sagittarius. This is an older Taurus. Excuse me. This is an older Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn that could be in your environment. I'm a little bit tired, I won't lie. My hands are sore, my brain is weak. I've been doing my 9-to-5 gig, and it's a busy time of year for me. But back to you guys, in the physical sense, an earth sign here for you that is affecting things, all right? Now, this earth sign is, I feel, wanting to spend some time with you, is wanting to gift you with something, or is presenting themselves in a way that is like they're putting themselves out there for you. But the question is are you recognizing it? And do you have the time for this person? All right. Now, the King of Pentacles as well, for some of you, could be a family member. This could be a patriarch or a matriarch of your family that is maybe calling some shots right now, that is commanding some of your time, or yeah, really that much so. It's like there's some extra responsibility, borderline burden that could have been placed on you by this older person in your family that could be directing things, threatening wills, or, it could be a situation where there's an aging person that needs some additional support on this time. And this could be a mutually beneficial financial relationship with somebody who is willing to give you some of their assets. I see a gift here with this King of Pentacles. So that's really interesting. Moving up to your creative sector, we've got a reversal on a Justice card. So now, the feeling with this is that there could be some sort of sticky situation where it's like you haven't been allowed to move forward due to your perception of somebody or somebody's perception of you. There is closure that is needed in order to move forward. It's like almost like somebody is playing a guessing game, or somebody is not wanting to disclose. You could be in negotiations surrounding a creative project, or there could be situations where there could be some infighting over things like parenting time, or things of that nature. Almost like this has the feeling of past. I'm going to get a little bit of clarity on that, because that's a big energy reversal on a Justice to see up in your creative center. And are you tapping into your full potential, or are you doing things that are limiting you right now, Sagittarius. It's kind of like, are all your eggs in one basket and you're unwilling to diversify, or you're unwilling to do something on your own? It almost feels like somebody could be living vicariously through you, or you through them. And that's kind of interesting. It kind of reeks of unfairness, or like almost like a mooching type situation. I'm not sure what that's due to, or I don't think there's anyone really to blame here. It just could be like things have kind of gone so far from the past, and that's what's going on. Now, here we've got a nine of fire come up here. And this is sort of like fighting the good fight, or being in it till the bitter end. And your intentions may all be all well and good, but why does this seem like there is something that's been taken for granted, or something that has been taken advantage of? This is a little bit tough for me to see into, but you're fighting for it, whatever it is. And it's almost like it's a bit of a losing battle, or you're out of energy, or you're out of breath to reclaim some sort of getting back to where it once was, like almost like when the honeymoon phase is over, or if somebody has done somebody wrong, there's been some forgiveness, and maybe you've tried things for a second time, but it just doesn't seem to be working out creatively, or with some form of togetherness with your lovemaking and things of that nature. That's really tough, Sagittarius, and my heart goes out to you, because it seems as though there is a blockage in this energy center. It's like you could be like very abstinent right now, or very like kind of too forward, too much so, right? It's either this chakra is either spinning out of control, or it's almost like at a dead standstill. I would almost like to see if you could do something like visually artistic for yourself, abstract or not, just to switch your gears out of the harsh reality that may be surrounding you right now, so that you can kind of take a breath, take a step back, allow your spirit to release through creativity, so that you're not sort of bogged down with the 3D, the ticky-tacky, the rat race, whatever that might be. It's almost like this justice reverse is saying there needs to be a return to what made you feel good, and it can't be through another person. Almost like something like that, okay? Now, let's see what's going on in the solar plexus. More pentacles here, a four of pentacles. So intuitively, maybe somebody is holding on to a marriage or a situation due to financial reasons. Maybe there's been like a situation where it's the partnership is more like a business agreement now, rather than like a full, like, where's the chemistry, where's the passion, that sort of thing. The four of pentacles is a card of being stuck. The four of pentacles indicates that there is like nothing's moving, nothing's going forward now. And it could be just because there's an unwillingness to do so. The solar plexus speaks of our willpower, and it speaks of our lower intuitive sense to make things better for ourselves. But the four of pentacles is clinging too tight to something to the past, or a current situation, that it's like there's been an unjust acceptance of the things that have been going on. And that's exactly what it screams of. These three lower chakras are feeling like they're very slow moving. So maybe you're just in a situation where you can't move forward because somebody is relying on you, or you are relying on someone else too much to bring home the bacon or to provide. And it's like you need to sort of get up and get moving and do these things on your own. And it is like Taurus is heavy duty involved here for a lot of you. Not all of you, but this earth sign is reappearing. And this could be the person that is slowing you down. Or this is the person where it's like there needs to be some discussion in order how we can feel more liberated, more upwardly mobile. Maybe like it's just could be something simple as like you're having to share a car, or your car might have broken down and now you're relying on someone, or you're the person that's giving your coworker a ride to work in the mornings, but you have to go 25 minutes out of your way to do it, and it's just because you're a really nice person, Sagittarius. Like that's that's the way it goes. There might be a situation where you have to say, all right, well, enough is enough, right? Let's see what's up in the heart. Transformation. Number 13, death. Interesting to see this card come up. You guys are almost kind of, you need to make up your mind. This is kind of heavily mental to me. The scythe of or the sickle, I guess you could say, of the reaper here is really speaking out to me when I see this card, is showing that there's a mental stigma surrounding something that isn't allowing you to progress or isn't allowing you to grow. And it's all about perception. It's all about the way you see things or the way you've been trying to see something. But are you just kind of seeing it? What do they call it? Rose-colored glasses, or like putting makeup on a pig kind of thing? That's harsh, but the death card is a hardcore card. It can't be sugar coated, especially when it's up here in the heart chakra area. The heart is crying for change. The heart chakra really wants to see you move or become more dynamic and more ready to change, ready to become upwardly mobile, move on, move forward, move past something. You're clinging too hard to something, I feel, and it's going to change whether you like it or not, whether you are in acceptance of it at this time or not. And that's a harsh message, Sagittarius. But the feeling is like we've got this Two of Wands up in the overall energy. So the decision is yours to be made, but the feeling is like you're not really moving on. You're not really making your mind up. And I'm going to be honest with you. The situation is not going to change until you change it, until you do that thing that shakes it up. You got to grab the sort of that champagne bottle and shake it up and pop the top off it, and before the celebration can begin. We just don't want it to sit there on the counter for days on end before anything happens. Okay, a couple clarifiers here. We've got an Eight of Water, all right, which again is in a traditional tarot showing you have to move on. The knowledge is there. You've seen what's better. You've seen where you want to be putting your efforts, but it seems like it could be far away from you at this time. We also have a Three of Water, saying that this is something in your social environment. It's due to partnerships, relationships, things of that nature, the people that you connect with. Okay, there's going to be some changes, some big shakeups for some of you when it comes to your social circle. People saying goodbye to friends, friendships ending, new friendships beginning, things of that nature. I see that going on for you in November, Sagittarius. All right, communications. You don't want to talk about it. You're done. Like it's almost like you might have already shut this reading off or given it a thumbs down, because whatever I'm striking at here, for a lot of you, it runs very deep. It's very there's an unwillingness to look at it, an unwillingness to talk about it, and a wanting just to sort of do things, go your own way and do it on your own terms. Nobody's going to tell you, and by all means, that's right. If you don't feel like talking about it, if you can bottle it up to a point, but the feeling is that you've been doing it for quite a while now. And the Hermit says there's more journey to come here. Talk it out with yourself. If you don't want to talk about it with other people, make it clear in your mind when you go to bed at night, or when you have some free time, or whenever this problem is bothering you. You almost want to create a dialogue with yourself. It doesn't mean you're bipolar, schizophrenic, multiple personalities, nothing like that. It just means like you have to. You don't have. You can address yourself as a person and ask from the state of your higher consciousness, the state of your higher being, from a purely objective point of view, and look at your life wholesomely and wholeheartedly in honesty. And there is a guiding light. You know what it is that makes life worth living. There is a purpose here. So why haven't we been allowing that to be our talisman? Why has this purpose fallen by the wayside? The Hermit wants you to ask yourself, to find that answer. Okay, now it's like not often the Hermit comes up too negative in readings, but here in this situation, up in the etheric, in the throat chakra, this is saying like there is a problem that needs to be solved. We need to look at something long and hard, so that, and we're not doing it for anybody else, but we're doing it for ourselves. Okay, excuse me. All right, This is good news. This is where it's coming from. There's this purpose. It's almost like you see this talisman, this hermit's little light that's shining right there. Well, there it is right there. This is like a goal. This is a purpose. This is a drive. Whatever you want, whatever you need to go out and do, you need to like recognize that it's important to spirit. It's important to the wholeness of being. If it's a fear of not having enough money to do it, or because a patriarch or a matriarch in your environment may disagree with that, or there could be some sort of shakeup, the lion is really like roaring in this card, is saying there might be a fight that's coming in order for you to go ahead, Sagittarius, and go and get after what you need to get after. And the fact that this is coming from the third eye chakra, it's like you're being guided, or source is wanting you to recognize it before you can move forward. You have to sort of make a plan. And I know that sounds like really juvenile, but the planning stages, it keys or it signals source that you are getting ready, that you are feeling active about it. And it doesn't mean you have to like go and like jump both feet, into the river with your fingers crossed, hoping that it'll all work out. The plan is let's mitigate the risk. Let's look at the potential benefit. Let's look at the rewards. Can we be in two places at once? Maybe we can't. Maybe we have to make that decision, and maybe that time is slowly coming to a close, and you're having to become more resourceful in order so that you're not delaying, or you're not clinging to something that's not working anymore. Okay? Sagittarius in from source. The Knight of Pentacles. Oh, this Taurus is showing up again. And for some of you, this means that your children are either going to give you insight, or the fact that children may need to be dealt with, in the highest sense, like guided or shown, so that, they are clear about what it is that you need to do, okay? Again, this earth sign is coming through very strongly. There's a gift that's coming from this person for many of you. For others of you, this is the person that you're having to like draw or pull away from, or a potential fight that could be coming, in order so that two people can be of the same accord, or even if that is just to agree to disagree, okay? And again, the mitigation of risk, protecting oneself, is of the utmost importance at this time. Sagittarius, a lot of information to process, I know. I hope you're all able to take something from this reading. Know that I love you lots, and we'll see you next time.